I was recently given this gift of a plate, and on the plate there is a flock of sheep with their shepherd standing amongst them. And I think it's a beautiful picture, and I love the hat that the shepherd's wearing. It reminds me of someone, I'm not quite sure who wears a very similar hat. But this is an action picture in many ways. It's a shepherd walking amongst his sheep who are not standing still. They're up and moving. And as some of you will know, I'm about to go on sabbatical for 3 months. I'll be going to the States and then to the United Kingdom, where I'll be spending some time in England, Scotland and Wales. And sabbaticals in our church are very generously funded from the St John's College Trust, and I want to acknowledge and thank them for their generosity. But I'm going to be spending some time looking and listening to what God is saying to me. And one thing I think before I start is that I'm to slow down. Yes, that's a picture of sheep on the move, but the good thing is the sheep don't go very fast. So there's going to be no racing. I've made a commitment and I'm going to try and stand by this, but I'm not going to exceed any speed limits. I'm not quite sure if someone else drives how I can apply that, but I'm not going to exceed the speed limit, even if it means missing a plane or a train. I want to take things steadily and slowly. So I'm flying to the United States, and I hope to catch up with Bishop David Rice. Some of you remember him when he was the Bishop of Waiapu, and before that was the Dean of Dunedin. I want to go and see David in his setup. David has talked to me a lot about churches in his diocese who had to give up their buildings and then the opportunity to get them back again, but found they preferred not having buildings. I just want to see the reality of that, as well as to share in fellowship with David. I'm then taking the train to Chicago and meeting up with Bishop Doug Sparks. Again, some will be aware of Doug when he was the Dean of Wellington. Doug's now Bishop in Indiana, and he and I met together at Lambeth, and before that at the Bishop's Training School. Just a chance to share fellowship, see how things are working in other dioceses. And then flying to the UK. I've got a formal retreat that's booked at St Bino's in North Wales. That's an 8-day guided retreat. I want to use that time to be open to what God's going to say. Yes, there are questions that I want to ask, but I'm hoping with the spiritual director, we can just take things as God decides and directs, rather than as I do. I'm also going to be meeting with Bishop John Arms in Edinburgh. Bishop John and Claire were friends of ours before Lambeth, during Lambeth, and afterwards. Bishop John's looking after 2 dioceses at the moment, just to catch up with him and see how things are working in a different state. A little bit of travel around Scotland, and then travel around the UK. There are friends that I need to meet up with. A chance to meet up with a former friend from school days. He, after a career as an osteopath, felt the call to God to become a Franciscan monk, and is now a priest in the Church of England. How is God's journey and call in his life? How does the stories of that find echoes in my own, and also challenges in my own? There's going to be a time to go to former parishes. I've already received an invite to preach in Northolt. Northolt was my sending parish before I came to be bishop. It'll be great to go and meet up with them as well. Of course, there'll be time with family, but also we recognise I'm away from family. In Dunedin, much of the parish and the diocese has come family. And we talk about whānau quite loosely, but whānau is really important in terms of support and love. I am looking forward to going away. I will admit to a certain amount of nervousness to the travel, and I can say that I'm already looking forward to coming back, being quite a home person. Could I ask for your prayers? Could I ask for your prayers for safe travel and also for peace, to slow down, to be aware of God speaking to me and what God might be calling me to say back to you when I get back. God bless you.